Imagine a blockchain that doesn't just follow the rules of Bitcoin or Ethereum, but completely rewrites the game. Imagine a network that combines the security of proof of work with the speed and scalability of DAG technology. That's exactly what BlockDAG, ticker BDAG, is building. And if you've been sleeping on this project, it's time to wake up. Because this might just be one of the biggest opportunities of this cycle. So let's break this down. Most people in crypto know about Bitcoin. It's the king of proof of work. It's secure, but it's slow. Then you have projects like Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, fast, but often trade-offs with decentralization or security. Now, BlockDAG has taken a different path, a hybrid model that merges proof-of-work mining with directed acyclic graph architecture. That means transactions don't have to wait in line, one by one like in traditional blockchains. Instead, multiple transactions can be confirmed simultaneously, creating a web-like structure that's both fast and secure. And here's the crazy part. This isn't just theory. BlockDAG has already raised nearly $200 million in funding, with billions of tokens sold during pre-sale. That's not retail hype. That's serious institutional money paying attention. On top of that, their mobile mining app, the X1 Miner, has already gained over 500,000 users. Think about that. 500,000 people mining BDAG from their phones before the project is even fully live. If that doesn't scream momentum, I don't know what does. But here's where things get really interesting. In a world where scalability is the biggest problem for blockchain adoption, BlockDAG claims it can handle up to 15 million transactions per second. Let that sink in. Ethereum struggles with a few dozen without scaling solutions. Solana boasts thousands per second on a good day, 15 million. That's not just scaling, that's leveling up the entire industry. And it doesn't stop there. BlockDAG isn't just focused on raw speed. The team is building a developer-friendly ecosystem. Their roadmap includes smart contracts, decentralized apps, cross-chain bridges, and even NFT support. In other words, they're not just creating a faster Bitcoin, they're creating an entire next-generation Web3 platform. So in this video, we're going to dig into why BlockDAG has people whispering about a potential 100x to 1000x run in the next bull market, how its tech actually works, and whether it can realistically deliver. And I'll also break down the risks you need to know before you ape into anything with your hard-earned money. Because here's the truth. BlockDAG is not just another meme coin, not just another overhyped Ethereum copycat. It's a whole different beast. And if it succeeds, it could flip the entire blockchain narrative on its head. Let's dive deeper into what makes BlockDAG different, because this is where most people miss the point. In traditional blockchains, transactions form a straight chain, one block after another. That's secure, but it creates a bottleneck. BlockDAG flips this on its head. Instead of one chain, you get a web of interconnected blocks, called a directed acyclic graph. That means multiple blocks can be created and verified at the same time, removing the traffic jam and letting transactions fly through at insane speed. Here's a simple analogy. Imagine a grocery store with only one checkout lane. That's Bitcoin. Everyone has to wait in line. Now imagine a store with thousands of self-checkout machines, all processing at once. That's BlockDAG. No waiting, no bottlenecks, just pure throughput. Now let's talk adoption. BlockDAG isn't sitting back and hoping developers magically show up. They're actively building an entire ecosystem. X1 mobile miner app. Over 500,000 users mining BDAG directly from their smartphones. This app lowers the barrier to entry so anyone, anywhere in the world can join the network. Smart contract layer developers will be able to launch decentralized apps with the speed and scalability of BlockDAG, solving Ethereum's congestion problem once and for all. NFT and DeFi support, yes. NFTs and DeFi are part of the roadmap. But with a twist, ultra-low fees and lightning-fast execution. Imagine trading an NFT or swapping tokens with zero lag. And let's not forget the numbers. During its pre-sale, BlockDAG raised nearly $200 million. That's not retail hype. That's serious confidence from investors. Billions of BDAG tokens have been sold. And with exchange listings on the horizon, this project is building momentum faster than almost anything else in the market right now. Now let's address a question that's on everyone's mind. Can BlockDAG actually live up to its promises? We've seen bold claims before in crypto. Some projects deliver. Others collapse under their own hype. The difference here is that BlockDAG is not just promising, it's showing progress already. The app exists, the pre-sale was a massive success, and the roadmap is crystal clear. That doesn't guarantee success, but it does separate it from vaporware projects. So what happens if BlockDAG actually executes? Let's do some math. If BDAG reaches even a fraction of Ethereum's market cap, early investors could see 100x returns or more. If it scales like Solana did during its breakout run, the upside could be life-changing. We're talking about turning a modest investment into serious wealth, if things play out. But remember, crypto is high risk, high reward. That's why you need to understand both the opportunity and the risks before making a move. And that's exactly what we'll break down next. All right, let's wrap this up by talking about the risks, the opportunities, and why BlockDAG could be one of the most talked about projects in the next bull run. First, the risks. Yes, BlockDAG has bold promises, but execution is everything. We've seen countless projects raise millions, only to fade away when development stalls. The hybrid proof-of-work and DAG model is ambitious, and scaling to millions of transactions per second will require flawless engineering. If the team misses deadlines or fails to deliver, confidence could drop quickly. Second, competition. BlockDAG isn't the only project chasing scalability. Ethereum has Layer 2 solutions like Arbitrum and Optimism. Solana has Speed. Avalanche has its subnets. If BlockDAG can't differentiate itself clearly enough, it risks getting lost in the noise. But now the opportunity. Look at the momentum already. Over $190 million raised, 500,000 plus users on the X1 miner app. A roadmap that covers DeFi, NFTs, cross-chain compatibility, and more. A narrative that solves the blockchain trilemma: security, scalability, and decentralization. That's why people are whispering that BlockDAG could be a 100x to 1000x coin in the coming years. Not because it's just hype, but because the fundamentals suggest it could actually break through where others have failed. And here's the secret: the time to learn about projects like this isn't when they're already on Binance or Coinbase. It's right now, while they're still flying under the radar. That's when the real opportunities exist. The fact that major YouTube influencers haven't picked this up yet, that's not a red flag. That's a green light for early positioning. So what's the takeaway? BlockDAG is not your average meme coin or clone. It's a next-gen blockchain blending cutting-edge architecture with real-world usability. It's got the funding, the community, and the vision to potentially become one of the defining projects of the next bull run. But as always, don't just listen to hype. Do your own research. Look at the white paper, download the X1 app, check out the roadmap, and decide for yourself. Because if BlockDAG delivers on even half of what it's promising, the early believers will be sitting in a very good position when the next wave of mainstream adoption hits. At the end of the day, crypto rewards the bold, but it also punishes the careless. BlockDAG could be the next Solana, or it could fade into the background. The choice and the opportunity is yours to evaluate. So what do you think? Is BlockDAG the sleeping giant that's about to wake up, or just another overhyped project? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you found this breakdown helpful, and subscribe for more deep dives into the projects that could define the future of Web3. Because remember, in crypto, being early isn't just an advantage, it's everything.